Hello, how are you? Today we will talk about a story called The Dream Catcher. But before we're gonna start with the story, I'm gonna ask you a question. What can a tradition teach you about culture? What do you think? Right now we're gonna move to the story elements. The story title, The Dream Catcher. The genre is realistic fiction. The Dreamcatcher is a realistic fiction. What do we mean by realistic fiction? It's a made-up story that could really happen. Has a beginning, middle, and end. Has illustrations and dialogue. What do we mean by illustrations? Illustration, which means that can give more information or details about characters and setting. Dialogue is what the characters say to each other. The main characters here in our story are Grandmother and Peter. The setting, place, home, the time at daytime. Right now I'm gonna tell you about the summary for this story. There's a boy called Peter. Peter is assigned a class project about family traditions. He needs to bring in one thing that represents his family's history. Peter walks to his house with a sad face and looks down. His grandmother shows Peter a dream catcher that is a part of their family tradition because he's feeling down. Peter asked if he could take the dream catcher to school, but his grandmother said no. This made Peter upset. His grandmother realizes Peter is feeling upset. So she comes up with an idea to make their own dream catcher. As he sleeps, he comes up with a great idea to teach his classmates how to make their own. Peter shared his dream catcher and taught his class how to make them. He then felt pride in his catcher. Right now we're going to talk about the high frequency word. Celebrate. Do something special for an important event. Courage. Bravery in a difficult situation. Disappointment. Feeling of sadness because something is not as good as expected. Precious. Very valuable to a person. Pride. A feeling of satisfaction in something you have done. Remind. Make a person remember something. Simple. A thing that represents idea or object. Tradition. Thing that has been done for a long time.